many girls that they won't do party school. That's not the way they learn. So we have different learning styles. So an in-person boot camp once a month, even once every other month, is really important if you can do that. The next one is you can do weekly calls. So you can do weekly new consultant calls. I have it's a 30-minute call. It's very quick, but then they can get on it as many times as they want. And then I rotate with my other leaders. So that way I'm not doing it every single week. I'm only doing it once every 6 weeks. Okay? So, and then you have your the text message communication, which we're going to go over. Now, this has two meanings that if you think about it, like you can't eat an elephant in one sitting, whatever, it's supposed to take small bites. It's small bites in recruiting, but it's also the information you're providing to the brand new consultant. If you overwhelm them with information, a confused mind says no. That's why this checklist I use is very specific. I'm really just giving her the first task is for you to book 6 parties in 6 weeks. Because I could teach her absolutely everything that she would need to know about product, but it means nothing if she has no parties on her schedule, right? Okay, so whatever they said, yes.
Yeah, we'll come back.
It just does that sometimes. Keep it simple. That's always what I want you to remember in this is keep it simple. Everything you put in front of them should be just basic stuff, right? Got a picture? Okay, the first 30 days are the most crucial time of her business. We're going to do a daily text every day. Look, you can send them, it actually refers to the potty break right there, while you're waiting for appointments, all of this stuff. You could also do a pre-recorded conference call if you need to. That way you don't have to keep doing it every time. And then I'll let them know on their phone call, right, on their welcome call. I'm going to say, okay, go ahead and write down this date. This is the date of the next boot camp. So I would love for you to be there. And then I'm just making sure that she's reminded of that. Guess what? When it comes to team meetings and boot camps and stuff, you are the hostess, right? You're like the hostess that you want your hostess to party plan with, right? So you party plan your meeting the same way that your hostess would party plan her party. Kind of a different twist, huh? Thinking about it. If you are going to send messages, reminder messages to the girls, and make sure that they know that the upcoming meeting is coming up. You'd be like, oh, you RSVP, blah, blah, blah. Because Facebook, I don't know what it's like here, but in the States, it's a very RSVPing anymore is like they just don't. They'll put it going on the Facebook event, but then half the girls show up.
Yeah.
Is it like that here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I've actually started private messaging. Like I will, because Facebook has that option now. You can do message guests. Not if it's a public event, right? But if it's a private event, so you can actually do message guests, and you can message it. It will message each of your people, and it will do it individual messages, which is fantastic because now when we talk about like increase in our sales, which I'll try to hit on very quickly, we talk about increasing our sales. You can message all these girls that are going to the party, haven't responded to the invite or said maybe, that are at your hostess party, because you're co-hosting with her, right? You're both on there, so you can do whatever you want with the event. So when you message them, you're like, hey, I'm super excited to see you, blah, 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 be on time, you get a raffle ticket, bring 2 people, we'll go over this at my party tonight, bring 2 people, get this, all this jazz, and then here's our clickable catalog if you'd like to preview it before you show up. Or if you can't make it, right, here's a clickable catalog you can order. So just thinking about like getting more money at your parties. Is this making sense? Okay. You're going to, of course, add our, and this goes just along with what Chris just said about doing an announcement when you have a new girl sign up. So I asked her for 5, can you give me 5 fun facts? And you leaders that are executive directors and national directors, I have a gal on my team, she does my welcome committee, right? So she's actually in charge of all these cute little welcome things. She does them on Pic Collage, I think is what it's called, right? And so she makes these cute ones. I send her a picture, and I literally have my girls send me 5 fun facts. I copy it, I paste it, I send it to her with her name and her picture, and she makes it, and then she sends it back to me, I post it. So you can delegate that too. But it's just a fun little way to get to know the girls. You want to announce them, blah, blah, blah. Oh yes, and then your team. If you think about it, I mean, when you post something like that, do you want to have crickets? Like nobody comments, nobody likes, like nothing. So I have certain leaders that are designated to comment. They can welcome them. That way everybody's kind of like, hey, welcome to the team, blah, blah, blah. So it looks like we have we do have a supportive sister thing, but you know what I mean. Like it looks like everybody's kind of paying attention. Now, in that case, what do? You, what is this to me? Did he have problems with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're gonna use whatever tool it is. And in worst case scenario, you get your phone, right? And you call them. And the other cool thing about that onboarding system is that literally, how many girls are actually gonna get through the whole thing and do the bookings and like do the party school? Like 1 in 6. I mean, I'll be entirely honest with you. 1 in 6, maybe 2 in 6, depending on how good the people are that you're recruiting. So don't be concerned if they don't do that. But then you know who to spend time with and who not to chase. Right? And then from there, you can put them into one of 3 buckets. I call them buckets. So there's 3 buckets for people on your team. Bucket number 1 is going to be what we call hobbyists. Hobbyists, or those are the girls that just purchase to stay active. Yes? This is your first text. And then you're going to have bucket number 2 is going to be girls that are consistent. By consistent, I mean they're doing exactly the amount of parties they want to do. They're just those girls that do like maybe 1,000, 2,000 every single month. They don't want to do anything more. They don't really have any interest in advancing in their business, and they're what we call consistent bucket. And then our third bucket is going to be our emerging leader bucket. And those are girls that like they're booking parties, they're interested in growing their teams, their leadership, whatever. Like those are your 3 buckets. And so as a leader, a lot of times it gets overwhelming when it comes to these girls. So you're going to start off with this process, and then when you're done with it, you'll put them in whatever bucket it is, and then I'll show you how to keep in contact with them on a regular basis so that you're not, just dying trying to manage everything. So this is your first one. You're going to send her her consult ID. She's not going to know how to log in to the website unless you tell her. So we're going to send this, and I'm pretty sure these are all somewhere. I'll ask them where they are so you can find it, okay? That way you don't have to recreate this. They're probably all on the back end of the COO.
Ours is a bit different anyway. Where ours isn't their social stuff. It's
that if you haven't been in there, I highly encourage you to explore. There's lots of stuff, not only the stuff that Chris was talking about, but all this stuff. And then there's party planning ones too. Okay, and then you can give her like some examples of how to blast out her business to people. So at boot camp, how many, do you guys have your girls coming to boot camp on Saturday? Okay, awesome, because we're going to do boot camp, and here's the biggest thing about boot camp, and don't tell them this is a surprise. The biggest thing about boot camp is that, again, we can teach them about how to show product, right? We can teach them about all that stuff, but if they don't have any parties on their schedule, it means nothing. So we're actually going to do bookings, we're going to do booking parties, so that when they leave that, they're going to have parties on their schedule, which is going to be awesome, right? Okay. Shadowing. Have you signed up to Shadow Me? You should post your shadow schedule. Every Monday, I post my shadow schedule. If you have a website, if you have like a team website or anything like that, it just links. I have like a shadow registration form, so I get a notification in my email when somebody wants to shadow me, so it makes it a lot more simple. You can do very specific instructions. Text your name and party date you would like to shadow to this number. It can be something that simple. It doesn't have to be another thing for you to have to worry about as a leader. And then YouTube channel if you have one of those, but there's lots of stuff online that they can do and get a party school. But when I do a boot camp, when I say, hey, so how many of you have done party school? 9 out of 10 haven't even looked at it, right? And then a solid 7 out of 10 haven't even announced or told anybody that they're doing heroics. Like they don't know what to say, right? So that's what we're going to teach them on that day. Here you go. It's like, check it out if you haven't already. This is how you can get your Square. I don't know if you guys do Square here, but whatever credit card processing you use, you want to share that with them because they're not going to know. And then the next one, mark your calendar, our next team meeting, blah, blah. Is it? We were talking about the accent last night. Is it hard? Does it sound funny when I talk?
No.
Keep talking, I love it.
What?
Keep talking, I love it.
Okay. Okay, so you remember you started your business with whatever kit it is, and then you can say what she has in it, and you can tell her what some top sellers are, so if she is going to invest in some inventory or whatever, this is stuff that they'll want to know. So this makes it just really, really simple for you to onboard her easily without having to think about it. Does anybody here use Wunderlist?
No,
Oh
what's
my gosh,
that?
okay, it's the most amazing app in the world. You're
One.
gonna write down Wunderlist. 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 So what it enables you to do is, you could literally, I'm gonna take, maybe I'm gonna take my new consultant, and her name is Sarah, and I'm gonna do 12 check marks, and so you can literally check off your, I'm a checklist girl, check off your stuff as you do it, and then you can share your checklist. So you, let's say you wanna share it with her, so then you and her both have it, so when she completes it, she checks it off, you know she did it. Right? So I use it for my assistant because I'll put stuff on there that I need for her to do. She checks it off, I get a notification. I can put a due date. So I'm like, hey, this needs to be done by Friday or whatever. You can do repeating ones. So like every first of every month, I set, it pops up and it's like, oh, hey, you guys sent out your customer newsletter. Check. It's awesome. At Wonderlist. You can also do grocery lists with your significant other if you have one. You add stuff, they add stuff. Yeah, it's fun. All right, Wonderlist. Wonderlist.
I'm in love already.
You're gonna love it. Okay, check-in time. Oh, yes, this is, hey, did you set up your separate bank account? Last week, I took Shadow with me to a party. She works at a bank. She actually asked me in the car, so wait, I need to set up a separate bank account? And I told her, I was like, don't you work at a bank? Like, I'm thinking, really? Really? Yes. Set up a business account, yes. And all your expenses should come through that. So, what are we talking about? We're doing, oh yeah, you're asking them if they can all this stuff about the party, maybe it's the launch party, whatever. Did you get a picture? Okay. Checking in again, are you sick of me yet? Blah, blah, blah. You can even tell her on the welcome call, hey, so guess what? You're going to be getting text from me every day for your first 12 days because I want to make sure you know I'm thinking about you and I'm here for you. And then that way it's just like, you already just put it out there. She's going to be expecting it. Just don't forget, because that would be bad. Moving on. Hey, hot stuff. Be sure to read the incentive guide. Because she has no clue what the heck's an incentive guide, right? That's the other thing. They haven't even opened their lovely little, do you guys have a little thingy with the accordion thingy in your kits? No?
No.
What do you get in your kit when they get like a packet of information? Is it like
Just an envelope.
It's an envelope?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, question. On Saturday at the boot camp, are you guys promoting it as an EOO too? Are potential consultants coming? Oh, okay, thanks. I just want to know what's up. Okay, this one you can disregard because this makes no sense for you, right? This would be the inventory advantage, which you don't have.
We wish
But
we
you still
did.
want the enter parties in this EOO.
We wish we
So
did.
explain that to her because again, she doesn't know. And oh my gosh, when she messages back and said I've already entered them in, you know you got a hotline. Right? You got one that knows what the heck she's doing. That's great. All right, now the me plus 3. Me plus 3 is huge. My biggest mistake with Pure Romance when I first started this business was not recruiting. I literally thought, I don't want to sign anybody else up because what if this is a scam? That was me, like for real. I was like, what if I just invested this money and it's a scam and it's not even going to work, and then I bring somebody else into the business and then they spend the money and then now it's my fault. So I didn't. So for my first 6 months, I wrote nobody. My first year, I only signed up 4 people. So it's something I've learned over time. This year, I think I did 30 people or something. So it's very, very important that you're teaching them this from the beginning. Why? Because it means more money for them. So you say, hey, guess what? As soon as you find 3 people, like 3 friends, whoever, you get 3 people on your team, and Pyramid says, you're amazing. You guys get the bonus, right? Yes. Okay, good. Thanks. So they're like, you're amazing. We're going to just give you $100 or $150? $100 every month just because you found 3 people. Plus, we're going to give you 50% buying discount, so that means you're going to make half of everything you sell. And then if you just get 8 people, then, oh my gosh, we're going to give you $300 or $350, however much it is for you guys, okay? So you're telling her that right from the beginning. Super easy. Don't stress about it. Why? Because you're going to find somebody, and then you just bring them to boot camp with you, right? Or you find somebody, bring them to the next team meeting. Mother trucker. So you want to show them that they have that, me plus 3 on the COO now.